Hello and welcome to the Education on Fire podcast. The place where we share creative and inspiring learning in our schools. Season 4, Episode 40. Hello and welcome to the launch show of Season 4 for Education on Fire. My name is Mark Taylor, and this season I'm so excited because it's all about music and the arts, and obviously as a professional musician and as a percussion and drum teacher and someone who works in education in schools, this is something which I'm very passionate about, something which I'm very excited to share my experience and my skills and also the skills of people that I work with in this field. I'd like to say thanks to all of you who've been listening over the last 3 seasons. We're now being listened to in 49 countries, and we're thousands and thousands of people around the world who are really enjoying what we're doing. And thank you very much for all the people that have emailed me and sent comments in. I really appreciate your feedback, and I really like the ongoing dialogue. Please, anything that you think that you'd like to hear, anything which you're enjoying, please just drop me a line at mark@educationonfire.com, and I'll be really pleased to have a conversation with you. So this season is going to be sharing those experiences that I have working with different arts organisations and sharing some of the education things that they're able to deliver in your school should you want them. But also I'm going to take you on a journey. I'm just in the process of setting up a new project with a local secondary school where we're going to be going into the primary feeder schools of this cluster, and we're going to be offering some free music resources, some free CPD. I'm going to be going in and offering my experience in how to set music up within their school, make it embedded as part of what they're able to achieve, and really support the children to really have a pattern and a program and a framework of how music can be embedded throughout the school, starting from early years and just general things that you can do, like having your register taken with a rhythm or singing some very simple songs that you do on a regular basis, all the way through up to maybe including some boomwhacker things and some recorders, some ukuleles, all the way through to having obviously instrumental lessons and first access opportunities, then having an ensemble. I'm going to be sharing some schools that have done that incredibly successfully, which is very exciting, so you can really sort of understand why they decided to invest in that, in both in time and money in some instances, and how really important and what a great experience the kids have got out of it, not just as an artist or a musician, but how it's really also enhanced their overall learning as well. And it's just having that real great perspective of knowing that if you have this really rounded education, this really fulfilling, rich curriculum, it enhances all learning, not just that particular subject. So I think that's a really exciting thing that we're going to be exploring. So this season, I'm going to be releasing the episodes on a Monday morning here in the UK, so they'll come out overnight here in the UK, and what I'll then do is I'll also, if there are any extra bonus episodes, anything I want to expand on, I'll then be able to do those as an extra episode during the week, but each normal episode will be released on a Monday morning. The reason I wanted to do that is because it really just gives me the time that I need to be able to put everything together, make it as regular as possible for you so you know when the next episodes are coming out. And also, if you want to keep in contact with those things, if you sign up to the newsletter, you can go to the website educationonfire.com, sign up there, and I'll make sure that you have all the information and details that you need as each episode is then released. What I'm really excited about is following this journey through what I'm going to be experiencing in terms of our work we're going to be doing with Andy Williams at Elizabeth Woodville School and all the cluster schools which are going to hopefully be taking part as well. And I want to document this. I'm going to be doing some Facebook Lives just to give you a little bit of kind of insight into what my experience is in terms of setting the project up and the engagement in the schools and how all that works. Some of the things that the children really get out of it, which I hope will be fantastic. So as well as the Facebook Live, I'm going to be keeping my blog, keeping this going on a regular basis, sort of week on week, so that you can see how these things have built up in some of my successes and also some of my struggles as well, so that you can really understand that how these things can be brought into your school, and any challenges that I come up with might help you in terms of dealing with anything that's happening in your school, and any great ideas which seem to work you can take into your school as well. So I hope that's going to be really interesting for you and of a lot of benefit. And as the season goes on, we're going to be releasing some free material to really help music in your school, and also there'll also be more in-depth things which you'll be able to get hold of as well, which I hope will just give you sort of a step-by-step and a hand-holding guide, especially if you're not used to having music in your school or you're not used to producing this kind of thing, of how you get from just really basic beginnings of we now want to be a musical school all the way through to having ensembles and concerts and everything in between, a sustainable music program in your school, which can then just enhance everything which is going on in the whole environment of your school and their musical and artistic life. I'm also doing some travelling around the UK during this season. I'm going to be in Manchester for the Music and Dance Education Expo, which is on Wednesday the 4th of October. Trying to give you some insights into some of the great master classes and workshops that are going on there, speak to some of the exhibitors and see what things are available for your school, which I think will be really interesting and really supportive. And having all those people in one place just gives me a real chance to have some great conversations and hopefully give you some real insights into some of the great things that are happening in music education at the moment. I'm also just a couple of days later going to be in London at London Olympia, where I'm going to be at the EduTech show on the 6th of October. I think it's going on from the 6th and the 7th, but I'm going to be there on the 6th. And you'll be able to find me on the NAPE, the National Association for Primary Education stand there. I shall be there looking after that stand as well as wandering around with my microphone, interviewing some of the trade people there and getting some insights of that, which is obviously not music related per se, but thought it'd be a really interesting thing to be part of and give you some insights of that. And of course, if there's anything ICT and computing you're interested in, remember you can always go back and listen to season 2, which is all about that kind of thing, and so hopefully there might be some kind of correlation with some interesting things for that as well. And so as part of our launch this week, on Wednesday I'm going to release an episode with Andy Williams from the Elizabeth Woodville School, and that's going to be explaining exactly what our cluster project is all about and how that's going to work. And I think that'll be a really interesting insight to our overarching plan of how this season's going to progress, as well as I said, my interviews with various arts organisations too. So thanks very much for listening. As I said, get in contact with me at mark@educationonfire.com. Please mention it to all the teachers that you know. Share as much as you possibly can, because the more people we can reach, the more difference we can make, and the more support we can all give each other to really enhance the work that we're doing in schools, and specifically for this season 4, all about music and the arts. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Thanks for listening to the Education on Fire podcast. For more information of each episode and to get in touch, go to educationonfire.com.